So today we are going to replace our brake pads on our rear Bendix air disc brakes. The hardest part of this job is going to be getting your tires off, and once you get those off, you can probably do your brake pads in about an hour. It's a really quick job, fairly easy, and let me show you how we get started doing that. Now when you get your tires off, before you go removing the brake pads, you want to inspect your rotor. You want to look for any heat cracks, any scoring. You want to feel the lip here on the edge and make sure you don't have a lip. Once you start getting some wear, there is a spec rotor thickness that you need to check. Make sure it's good. Just give it a quick once over and make sure it's good and healthy and ready for a new pad slap. Once you get those off, you get to your caliper, you can see we're going to be taking this plate off, this bracket here, pull this pin out, all that will come out, and your brake pads will be sitting in here. You want to blow it out with the air hose as much as you can. Okay, we got the caliper all blown out with the air hose. Got all that brake dust out of there. You're gonna come to the inside of the caliper, and this boot right here, you're gonna remove that. And there's a little nut in there. We're gonna back out the brakes right there. Make sure you have your air pressure built all the way up and the brakes released, and then we're gonna back that out. Now this little nut thing here, it just slides right off of there. See inside there, you got those teeth, and then you got the hex in there. It's a breakaway nut, so if you over torque it, it's gonna break off the end here, and you can just replace it. Your new pad set should come with new ones, so if you don't end up using them, now it's just gonna be a clicking sound that you're gonna hear when you're backing this off. You're gonna go until it stops. To remove this pin by spraying it down with some penetrating oil first. Give it a couple taps with your hammer, loosen that pin up. Now there's a clip right in the end of the pin there. You're gonna pull that out. Your new pads are going to come with new clips also. Got that out. There's a little washer on here. Make sure you get that off of there. Okay, got that off. Now we're going to take our little punch and drive out the pin. Okay, grab your punch and then knock this pin out. And here's your brake pads right here. There's one. Slide that out. And then you'll push this whole caliper, push it out, and pull the other pad out. Before you go installing your pads back in, let's blow it out with air again. Now before you slide the pads in there, spray all the surface areas with the anti-seize. Spray it or brush it, whatever you have in your shop. Just don't get any on the rotor here. Try not to get any on the rotor. Okay. Right in there. You're going to put this outside pad in first. You're going to have to pull the whole caliper set out towards the outside of the wheel. and you're gonna slide that pad in there. Get that pad started in there, and then you're gonna have to give it some taps with your hammer. And go till it stops. And you go till it stops. Just like that. Now we're ready to slide that other one in there. Now the other one slides right in, no problem. No resistance at all. And you're gonna put these little springs on there that come on in your new set. They're gonna go on your new shoes here. And get it lined up. And then just give it a push, and it snaps right on there. Same one here. New pin you want to hit with anti-seize before you install it. Make sure you use that new washer. You're going to reuse the old dust shield, and that just pretty much sits right on top there. And that bracket, you might need two hands here. That bracket holds this shield in. And you get a new bracket here. So you got the shield on there, your new bracket's gonna in there just like that. Hold it all the way down in there, and then install your new pin. I like to use my punch that you use to drive that pin out to just stick in that hole, hold this bracket in there. And then that way you can start your new pin in that way, drive it down, it'll knock the pin out. Got our new pin started, take your hammer, drive it in the rest of the way. Your new washer and your new keeper pin. There you go, installed. Now what I like about these disc brakes is you can go ahead and adjust the brakes up without getting the wheel and the drum and all that on, because you don't have a drum. So you can adjust these up without your rims and tires on there. So that's what we're going to do now. Make sure you have your pressure built up, your air tanks, and your brakes released. Now when we go to adjust them up, we got our air pressure built up, we got our brakes released. You're going to run this set screw back down until it stops. So then what you're doing is pushing the pads against the rotor. You're going to go till it stops right there. Then we're going to back it off. You're going to back it off 3 clicks. Remember those clicks that we were hearing when we were backing them off last time? Okay, you want to go 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3, just like that, and that's it. And you can put your dust boot back on with this nut in there, or you can take it out and leave it in your toolbox. I like to keep it on there and then keep one in your toolbox also, just in case. To give you an idea of pad thickness, the old ones were taken off compared to the new ones we're putting on. Okay, we got our brakes adjusted. Run the screw in just like the old drum brakes. Run it in till they touch, and then back this one out 3 clicks. Once you've done that, and make sure you did that with the air pressure built up and the brakes released, we're ready to put our wheels back on and then get this thing back on the road. Alright, well, I want to thank everybody for watching my video. Hopefully it helped you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.